It's Monday. It's the Monday after the Oscars, Hollywood's biggest night. It ended with some big winners, some big upsets, and an earlier start time, which I personally appreciated. I got to see Joy Randolph win her award.
I think many of us were happy that it started at 7 Eastern. The show brought out a lot of emotion, really had nominees and attendees bearing it all, some more than others.
You really not gonna do this? Fine, just give out the award then. God, the worst.
I mean, I want to get a pair of those Birkenstocks. What do you think?
And everybody else watching.
What do you think?
That is just one of the crazy moments from last night. And here to break down all things Oscars is film critic and host of the Brown and Black podcast. You know him, you love him. He's a friend of this show right here, Jack Rico! Oh my God, can I get your autograph?
Paparazzi, hey!
Sir, who are you wearing?
I'm wearing, I'd like to say Dolce & Gabbana, but this is not Dolce & Gabbana. It's not.
Well, you
But
look
I'll
fantastic.
say it is. Thank you.
Always
ladies.
good to see you.
Thank you. I'll shake your hand from across the glass table. It's such an honor that he could join us in person.
That's right.
For the post-Oscars.
That's right. That's
Kiki.
right. We just showed a naked John Cena. I should say, you know, a Birkenstock.
A Birkenstock. He's wearing nothing but his Birks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so John Cena, I'm not sure if you saw Amy Schumer's Trainwreck.
Yes.
This was, I think, John Cena's first, debut on film.
Oh, yeah.
And if you watch John Cena in that movie, it really kind of creates the path to this moment. Shot comedy, a person who has such great comedic timing because of wrestling. He was such a superstar in wrestling. He understands crowd. This is a master at audience and at grabbing attention. I'm sure they came up to him. And I think the thing that I think I most admire about John Cena is the courage to do that.
That's a lot of confidence right there.
The Rock wouldn't do it.
Right.
I don't think The Rock would do it, but John
would.
Cena is probably one of the few people in the world that could probably pull that off with the timing of it.
Right.
And, of course, the fact that it was a costume design just gave it even that more big, heavy punch. It was one of the most hilarious things I saw probably all year.
It was, I mean, admittedly, I was like, is he really going to come around that?
I know, it
thing?
had everybody wondering.
And then to be giving the award for best costume, which is brilliant.
Because you have to your point, yeah, he's been training for this because you cannot be in your head at all.
No.
In a moment like that. And I personally, if it was me, I'd be in my head the whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, was Ryan Gosling in his head when he gave one of the better performances of the evening?
That was the highlight
I
in
thought.
terms of performances, and I think everybody was anticipating this. I'm Just Ken was a rival to Billie Eilish's, song. Unfortunately, it didn't win because emotional depth. That's what the Oscars really like. They look for prestige. This is fun. This is, chaotic. It's supposed to be very humorous, and he pulled it off well. I mean, actor, singer, Ryan. I don't know if Ryan can do anything wrong right now.
Right.
Yeah, he's on the top of his game. Slash, hello.
I know.
That was big.
I forgot that he sang, and then I think you reminded me
Well,
about
he was in
La
the
La
Mickey
Land.
Mouse Club.
And he was in the Mickey Mouse Club?
Yeah.
Oh, he's one
With
of those
Justin
illustrious
Timberlake,
members.
Britney
Oh, yes.
Spears. He's uber talented. We're just starting to see roles that allow him to do this, like La La Land and now this one.
Crazy.
Okay, fine. I'll
I
allow
still
it.
like him in Crazy Stupid Love.
I'll allow it.
Let us get into the meat, the awards, starting with one, Joy Randolph.
So she had been sweeping throughout the whole awards. Danielle Brooks from The Color Purple was, I think, her strongest rival. Whoever won was everybody's going to say, look, this is one of those. Just pick one.
Right.
Yeah.
Dave Vine was absolutely blissful in her speech.
Can we actually have a clip of this.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
So long I've always wanted to be different. And now I realize I just need to be myself. And I thank you. I thank you for seeing me.
Yep.
You didn't include the publicist
Right.
comment.
That was
hilarious
Yeah.
because then Jimmy Kimmel kind of stopped the whole show just to
Back
get the
to
name
it.
of the
I
publicist, and then Robert Downey towards later. He's like, well, if you're going to talk about publicists, let me talk about my
Oh, your
stylist.
stylist, right. That's right. That's
That
right.
was great. I love how the chemistry of the show was just on point.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It felt like a return to what the Oscars used to be. We're going to get to that in a minute. So I fell asleep.
Right.
You and I had talked. I said, you all know, I root for all the Latinos.
Yes.
Right? I wanted America to win, but I knew she wouldn't. But still, we wanted her.
Yeah.
Becky G performed.
Correct. Best Actress. I went to sleep, and then at 10-something, I hear, babe, Emma Stone won. And I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Everybody saw that one coming.
So Emma Stone, in my opinion, that was the upset of the night.
Really?
Because Lily Gladstone had
Oh, right.
just won at the SAG Awards for a standing ovation. SAGs are essentially all the actors.
The peers, yeah.
So if your acting peers call you out, but the Oscars doesn't, then that's, was that the right call? But the Oscars is 10,000 people, 10,000 members.
Right.
So they're all voting, and each one has a different sense of what it is. I think that she won simply because Poor Things and her performance was considered art.
Yeah, exactly.
And then in that artistic, the Oscars really enhances what they're voting. So they don't like anything commercial. Not that Killers of the Flower Moon was.
Right.
But there was a favoritism towards Yorgos' movies and Emma Stone. This is the second time that she wins right after La La Land. It puts her already in the category of, one of the more important actresses in years. And so good for her. Congratulations.
So would you consider it a snub?
I would.
Okay.
Interesting.
We could have made history with the first Native American actress, best actress in Oscar history in 100 years.
Yeah.
I think we should have gotten there already. So this is going to be some pushback from some critics.
I'm
Yeah.
sure, of course.
Yourself included.
Yeah.
The most illustrious critic. Billie Eilish and Finneas, they won Best Original Song for What Was I Made For from the Barbie movie.
So this is the second Oscar award they get. She's only 22.
Unbelievable.
I
And
was
he's
trying
26.
to figure it out. 22 and 26.
And she already won one. So she was probably like a teenager when she won it.
She's a record-breaking win.
And you look, and they're the youngest Oscar two-time winners in Oscar history. She just won the Grammy for Song of the Year. What other pinnacle does she have? When you look at the rest of her career, can she sustain this?
We gotta get her on Broadway
That's
for
going to be
any
the yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So congratulations to them, and there's nothing really you can say. I
Yeah.
mean, she beat I'm Just Ken with
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling's performance.
Beautiful song.
So
Beautiful song. The big winner of the night, to the shock of no one, Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer. I think I had mentioned this to you ladies before about Oppenheimer's gonna be the Best Picture winner because this is Christopher Nolan's year.
Yep.
Oppenheimer was a hard movie to get in. Donna Langley, who was the head of studio of Universal Pictures, this was considered a risk-averse film.
Wow.
Not many people wanted to make this film. They thought it was, I don't want to use the word impossible, but they said it was very, very difficult to do.
Sure.
That's why at the end of the Oscars, which by the way, Al Pacino almost
God.
flubbed
Hold on.
this.
We actually
We
want
have
to take
that.
a look at this clip. Young Pacino.
10 wonderful films were nominated, but only one will take the award for Best Picture. And I have to go to the envelope for that, and I will. Here it comes. And my eyes see Oppenheimer. Yes. Yes.
So they asked the president of the Academy, what did you think about that Al Pacino part? He's like, I loved it. I thought he was perfect. He was just having fun. Now, I think that's a cover-up for the fact that he didn't mention the 10 nominees, the fact that he didn't say, and the Oscar goes to, which created somewhat of an awkward and anticlimactic ending to the show.
Could hear it.
And, people didn't know what to do. If you look slowly at the audience, everyone was reacting in a what
what's
just
happening?
happened?
Right.
And it was like a deja vu moment because Jimmy Kimmel had just mentioned earlier about the La La Land issue, and we almost repeated it. So it was awkward, the finale, but ultimately, getting something from Al Pacino.
Why not?
He's just being out.
Yeah.
That's an
Just
experience in
being
its
out.
own.
Dare I say maybe the Oscars are back?
I feel
I
like
think so.
they are.
Let's look at the ratings.
Okay, fine.
Because last year the ratings were the worst. I think they had like
Hits,
about
yeah.
10 million. So
Yeah.
we're looking at 20 million hopefully this
Okay,
year.
Fine. Stars, they're just like us. 20 million people watch. Jack Rico, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Be sure to check out his podcast, The Brown and Black Podcast, and don't forget to follow him on all his social media and give us a follow on New York Living over on the gram. We post all the things, all the stuff that you may have missed.